My beloved child, do not rush past this moment. Slow down, just for a little while. Silence every distraction around you. Take a deep breath, because there is something your heart needs to hear today. You may think you found this message by coincidence, but I want you to know this. There are moments in life when I gently call my children to stop, to listen, to remember who they are, and today may be one of those moments for you. Perhaps you've been carrying questions that no one else knows about. Perhaps you've been smiling on the outside while silently fighting battles within. Perhaps you've been standing before a decision, a relationship, an opportunity, or a path, wondering which door you should walk through. If your heart has been restless, if your mind has been filled with uncertainty, if you've been asking me for direction, then don't let your fears become louder than my voice. My beloved child, before you take another step, before you make another decision, before you answer that message, before you sign that paper, before you return to what keeps hurting you, pause. There are doors that look beautiful from the outside, yet they lead to places your soul was never created to live. Not every opportunity is my opportunity. Not every open door was opened by my hand. This is why you must not be led by urgency alone. You must be led by my peace. For my word says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6. I know the pressure you've been under. I know how tired you are waiting. I know how tempting it is to choose the quickest answer simply because you are exhausted. But do not mistake impatience for my direction. The enemy often paints shortcuts to look like blessings. But my blessings never require you to compromise your integrity, your faith, or the purpose I have prepared for you. If a door steals your peace, pulls you away from truth, feeds your fear instead of your faith, or asks you to become someone I never created you to be, then have the courage to stop. Waiting with me is always better than rushing ahead without me. I have never been late. I have never forgotten one of my children, and I have not forgotten you. My beloved child, there's a reason I am asking you to stop. Not because I want to keep something good from you, but because I want to protect you from something you cannot yet see. You only see the door. I see what is behind it. You see today's opportunity. I see where that path will lead months from now, and even years from now. That is why I ask you to trust me before you understand me. Many people believe that every open door is a sign from God, but that is not what my word teaches. Even Jonah found a ship waiting exactly when he wanted to run from my calling. The door was open, the ticket was available, everything seemed to fall into place. Yet it was leading him away from the purpose I had prepared for him. Not every easy path is the right path. Sometimes the wrong door opens with no resistance, while the right door requires patience, faith, and perseverance. Do not measure my will by what is easiest. Measure it by what draws you closer to me. I know you've prayed, Lord, show me the way, and I have heard every one of those prayers. Not one has gone unnoticed. Not one has been ignored. Even in the moments when heaven seemed silent, I was still working. Silence is not absence. Waiting is not rejection. Delay is not denial. Sometimes I keep a door closed because I can already see the pain waiting on the other side. Other times I keep it closed because I am preparing something greater than you have imagined. If I gave you everything the moment you asked, you might miss the very blessing I was shaping for you. So don't confuse a closed door with my lack of love. Sometimes a closed door is one of the greatest expressions of my protection. Think back over your life. Can you remember something you desperately wanted? A relationship, a job, an opportunity, something you prayed would happen, but it never did? At the time, it felt like disappointment. Yet today you can see how different your life would have been if I had said yes. There were dangers you never knew existed. There were tears I spared you from. There were battles I fought before they ever reached you. That is how I have always loved you. Even when you could not see my hand, it was still guiding your steps. Even when you questioned my timing, I was arranging what your eyes could not yet perceive. So today, do not let frustration make decisions that faith should make. Do not let loneliness choose your relationships. Do not let fear choose your future. Do not let desperation choose your direction. Instead, come closer to me. When your heart becomes quiet in my presence, the path ahead becomes clearer. For I am not the author of confusion. I am the God who gives wisdom generously to those who seek me. And I promise this, if you continue walking with me, you will never regret the doors I closed. Because one day you will stand before the doors I open and finally understand why I asked you to wait. My beloved child, there is something you must understand about the enemy. He does not always come carrying obvious darkness. Many times, he comes carrying distractions. He knows he cannot take away the purpose I have prepared for you. So he tries to pull your attention away from it. He places before you opportunities that appear harmless, conversations that seem innocent, compromises that look insignificant, one small decision at a time. That is how hearts slowly drift. Rarely does someone wake up and choose to walk away from my will in a single moment. It happens one step at a time, one compromise, one excuse, one moment of saying, just this once. That is why I am calling you to be watchful. Guard your heart. For my word says that everything you do flows from it. Ask yourself before making any important decision, does this help me become more like Christ? Or does it slowly pull me away from him? Does this strengthen my character or weaken my convictions? Does this produce the fruit of the Spirit or the works of the flesh? These questions matter far more than whether something simply looks successful. The world celebrates what is fast. I celebrate what is faithful. The world measures greatness by applause. I measure it by obedience. The world tells you to follow your feelings. I call you to follow my truth. Feelings change. My word does not. Opinions change. My promises do not. Circumstances change. My faithfulness never changes. That is why you must build your life upon my truth instead of temporary emotions. When storms come, and they will, it is not the strongest appearance that remains standing. It is the strongest foundation. Make me your foundation, not your fears, not your past, not the approval of people, not the opinions of strangers. Build your life upon me. There will be voices around you telling you to hurry. They will tell you that you're falling behind, that everyone else is moving ahead, that you need to settle before it's too late. Do not compare the journey I have given you with the journey I have given someone else. I know the plans I have for you. Your story was never meant to look exactly like anyone else's. The timing I have prepared for you is intentional. What I have ordained cannot be stolen by someone else's success. What I have promised does not expire because you had to wait. So release the pressure to compete. Release the fear of missing out. Release the burden of trying to control every outcome. Place it into my hands. There is a peace that the world cannot manufacture. It is the peace that comes from trusting me even when you cannot see the entire road ahead. Walk in that peace. Choose that peace. Protect that peace. Because when my peace leads your decisions, you will discover that the safest place in this world has never been the easiest path. It has always been the place where my presence goes before you. My beloved child, there is one more truth I want you to hold close to your heart. Do not allow disappointment to define my character. I know there were prayers you believed would be answered differently. I know there were moments when you cried in silence, wondering if I had heard you at all. You looked for immediate answers, but all you could see was waiting. You searched for a clear direction, but all you could feel was uncertainty. Yet even then, I was not absent. I was teaching you to trust my heart before you could trace my hand. Remember Joseph. I gave him a dream long before I fulfilled it. Between the promise and the palace, there was betrayal. There was injustice. There were years of waiting that seemed to make no sense. If Joseph had judged my faithfulness by his circumstances, he would have believed I had abandoned him. But I never left his side. Every delay had a purpose. Every hardship was preparing him for responsibilities he could not yet carry. The same is true for you. There are blessings that require a stronger faith, a wiser heart, and a deeper dependence on me. I am preparing both the blessing and the person who will receive it. That person is you. Do not despise the season you are in. Growth often happens where no one can see it, just as roots grow beneath the surface before a tree bears fruit. I am strengthening your faith in ways that are invisible today but will be undeniable tomorrow. When the time is right, the fruit will come, not because you forced it, but because you remain connected to me. So keep praying, even when the answer seems delayed. Keep believing, even when the evidence has not yet appeared. Keep obeying, even when obedience is difficult. For my word reminds you, let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. That promise is still true. It has not changed because your circumstances changed. It has not become weaker because your faith feels tired. My promises do not depend on your emotions. They depend on my faithfulness. So lift your eyes. Do not spend all your time looking at the closed doors behind you. Look ahead. I am already working in places you have never seen. I am arranging conversations you have not yet heard. I am opening hearts you have not yet met. I am making a way where you see no way. Trust me with what you cannot control. Leave tomorrow in my hands. Live faithfully today, because every step taken in obedience brings you closer to the purpose I have prepared for you from the very beginning. And when you finally reach the place I have been leading you, you will not say, I was lucky. You will say, the Lord was faithful every step of the way. My beloved child, before you move forward, I want you to examine the doors that are already standing in front of you. Not every door is made of wood and hinges. Some doors are conversations you keep returning to. Some are habits that quietly shape your days. Some are thoughts that have been living in your mind for far too long. And some are decisions you've been postponing because you're afraid of what obedience might cost. Ask yourself honestly, what door have I been standing in front of the longest? Is it the door of unforgiveness? The door of fear? The door of compromise? The door of bitterness? The door of pride? Or perhaps it is the door of comfort, a place that feels safe, but keeps you from becoming everything I created you to be. My child, comfort has never been the same as calling. Many people settle where they are comfortable when I am inviting them to grow. Growth is not always easy. It stretches your faith. It asks you to trust me before you see the outcome. It requires courage to leave what is familiar. But remember this, I never ask you to release something without preparing something better in my perfect will. When Peter stepped out of the boat, the water did not become solid beneath his feet. He still had to trust me with every step. Faith is not believing after you see the miracle. Faith is trusting me before the miracle appears. That is what I am asking of you today. Trust me enough to obey. Trust me enough to wait. Trust me enough to walk away from what you know is not my best for your life. There may be people who do not understand your decision. Some may question why you chose integrity over convenience, why you chose peace over popularity, why you chose obedience over immediate success. Do not be discouraged by their misunderstanding. They cannot see what I have shown you in the quiet moments we have shared together. You do not need everyone's approval when you have my direction. Walk the path I have placed before you with humility, with confidence, and with unwavering faith, for I have never failed those who place their trust in me. even when the road seems narrow, even when progress feels slow, even when others appear to move ahead more quickly. Do not turn aside. The destination I have prepared for you is worth every step of faithful obedience. One day, you will look back on this season. You will remember the temptation to take the easier path. You will remember the pressure to open the wrong door. And with a grateful heart, you will thank me for giving you the strength to stop, to listen, and to choose the way that leads to life. So keep your eyes fixed on me. Let my word be your guide. Let my spirit be your counselor. And let my peace be the confirmation that you are walking exactly where I have called you to walk. For I am with you today. I will be with you tomorrow, and I will never leave you nor forsake you. My beloved child, now I want you to remember something that you have forgotten in moments of weakness. You are not walking through life alone. Every step you take, I see it. Every tear you try to hide, I have counted it. Every prayer whispered when no one else was listening, I have heard it. There has never been a single day when my eyes were not upon you. Even when you felt invisible to everyone around you, you were never invisible to me. When others overlooked your kindness, I saw it. When no one thanked you for your sacrifice, I saw it. When you chose forgiveness instead of revenge, I saw it. When you remained honest even though dishonesty seemed easier, I saw it. Nothing done in faith is ever wasted. The world may overlook quiet obedience, but heaven never does. Do not become discouraged because your reward has not arrived as quickly as you expected. A farmer does not plant a seed in the morning and expect a harvest by evening. There is a season for planting, a season for watering, a season for waiting, and then comes a harvest. You are living in a season where your roots are growing deeper. Roots are invisible. No one applauds them. No one celebrates them. Yet without strong roots, there can never be lasting fruit. So let me strengthen what cannot be seen. Let me shape your character before I increase your influence. Let me deepen your faith before I expand your responsibilities. For if I entrusted you with more before your heart was ready, the blessing itself could become a burden. I love you too much to allow that. Trust my preparation. Trust my process. Trust my timing. Remember how David was anointed as king while he was still tending sheep. The promise was real, but the fulfillment did not happen overnight. He returned to the fields. He continued serving faithfully. He did not abandon his responsibilities simply because he had received a promise. He trusted that when the right time came, I would bring to pass everything I had spoken. That is the attitude I desire from you. Remain faithful where you are. Do today's work with excellence. Love the people I have placed around you. Be generous with your kindness. Be faithful in the small things, because those who are faithful with little can also be trusted with much. Never believe the lie that your ordinary days are meaningless. Many of my greatest works begin in ordinary moments. A conversation, a simple act of obedience, a quiet prayer, a decision to keep trusting me one more day. These moments may seem small, but they become the foundation for everything that follows. So do not despise this day. Do not wish your life away waiting for tomorrow. Walk closely with me today. Honor me today. Trust me today. For when tomorrow arrives, you will discover that every ordinary step of obedience has been leading you exactly where I intended all along. My beloved child, as this message settles into your heart, I do not want you to leave with fear. I want you to leave with wisdom. Fear tells you that one wrong decision will ruin everything. But I am greater than your mistakes. If your heart is surrendered to me, I am able to guide your steps even when you do not see the whole path. Do not carry the burden of believing you must figure everything out by yourself. Bring your questions to me. Bring your doubts to me. Bring your dreams to me. There is nothing you can place into my hands that I cannot carry. Remember what my word says. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to him. James 1 verse 5. So ask, do not hesitate. Do not assume your questions are too small. The details of your life matter to me because you matter to me. When you feel uncertain, do not run ahead. Pray first. When you feel pressured, be still first. When you feel confused, return to my word first. My voice will never contradict my truth. If something pulls you away from love, away from holiness, away from integrity, away from compassion, it is not leading you closer to me. But when your heart grows in patience, kindness, faithfulness, humility, and peace, you are walking the direction I desire for you. Do not expect every answer to come all at once. I often reveal the next step before I reveal the entire journey. A lamp does not illuminate the whole road. It gives enough light for the next step. Walk faithfully in the light I have already given you. Then, when the time is right, I will show you the next step, and then the next. That is how faith grows, not by seeing everything, but by trusting me one step at a time. So today, release what has been weighing down your heart. Release the fear of failure. Release the regret of yesterday. Release the anxiety about tomorrow. You do not have to carry what I have already invited you to place into my hands. Lift your eyes. Take a deep breath. Remember who walks beside you. I am the same God who parted the sea for Moses, who strengthened David before Goliath, who stood with Daniel in the lion's den, who calmed the storm with a single command, and I have not changed. The world around you may change. People may change. Circumstances may change. But my love for you remains steadfast. So walk forward with confidence, not because you know everything that lies ahead, but because you know the one who goes before you. Keep your heart fixed on me. Keep your hands open to my leading. Keep your faith rooted in my promises. And when you come to the next door, you will not need to force it open. If it is from me, I will open it in my perfect time. And when I do, no one will be able to shut it. My beloved child, before this moment comes to an end, there is one final truth I want you to carry with you. Do not underestimate the power of a single act of obedience. One decision to forgive can restore peace to a heart that has carried bitterness for years. One decision to pray instead of panic can change the atmosphere of your home. One decision to trust me instead of your fears can redirect the course of your future. Never believe that your obedience is too small to matter. I often begin my greatest works with what the world considers insignificant: a shepherd's staff, 5 smooth stones, a small lunch offered by a young boy, a mustard seed of faith. The world saw ordinary things. I saw hearts that were willing to trust me, and that has never changed. I am still looking for hearts that are willing, not hearts that are perfect, but hearts that are surrendered. If you will continue to seek me, to listen for my voice through my word, and to follow where I lead, you will never walk alone. There will still be challenges. There will still be moments that test your faith. But those moments will not define you. They will refine you. For I am working all things together for the good of those who love me and are called according to my purpose. So do not lose heart. The chapter you are living today is not the end of your story. The pain you have endured will not have the final word. The disappointment you experience will not define your future. My grace is greater than your failures. My mercy is greater than your regrets. My faithfulness is greater than your fears. Lift your eyes toward me. Choose faith over fear. Choose truth over lies. Choose hope over despair. And every morning when you wake, remember this simple promise. I am with you when you feel strong. I am with you when you feel weak. I am with you when the path is clear. I am with you When you cannot see beyond the next step, I am with you. That promise does not depend on your feelings. It depends on my unchanging character. So go into this day with courage, walk with humility, love without hesitation, forgive freely, pray continually, trust completely, and let your life become a reflection of my goodness to everyone you meet. May my peace guard your heart. May my wisdom guide your decisions. May my strength sustain you when you grow weary. And may my love remind you every single day that no matter what tomorrow brings, you are never beyond my reach. If this message has encouraged your heart today, let it become more than words you heard. Carry it with you. Return to my word daily. Spend time with me in prayer. And let your faith grow stronger, one step of obedience at a time. My grace is sufficient for you. My peace is with you. My love for you never fails. Amen.